Okay, I am back. Apologies for being a bit late, although I'm not as late as I am sometimes. So, welcome to part 2 for continue update the chapters to reflect. Updated chapters. The removed. Okay. You want to know why I was late this time, although it's only like 6 or 7 minutes. It's not that bad. But so basically here, let's do something else. Um Worth it. 600,000 subscribers. That's pretty good. Of course, Grant Abbott's a pretty good teacher. He's a nice, personable style. Like his stuff. But anyways, in the state of affairs, the state of motion, kind of thing that you must understand. An Ely polyanimal. Here, we'll run this one. And yeah, I'm doing it twice the speed, kind of on purpose here. So it's not like you're gonna so while I do thing here, okay. So the file names are representative of the file IDs. So we need to change the file IDs to match file names. Hold on, give me a second, everyone. Okay, my dad just woke up, so he was wondering what was going on. So I just told him that break was over and I'd be back out in about 3:30, so approximately an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes essentially. Okay, so we need to change. I'm gonna I'm gonna show at least actually let's do this. That way you can see more of the screen, even though I'm not really trying to like usurp his videos. Now you already gave me permission, so if any claims come up, I can do a challenge or something. And he wouldn't do the claim anyways. It wouldn't be him. It would be somehow if Amazon flagged it or something for some reason. Okay. Okay. So the file names are representative of file IDs, so we need to change the file IDs to match the file names. And then change the chapter numbers to reflect proper chapter, which is by ID slash file name. that first 3-digit number. And even though you don't have to do anything with the numbers, okay. So 0, 0, 1, 4 through 0, 1, 8 is chapters 14 to 18 respectively. So whenever the chapter number comes up, it should be changed to the appropriate one depending on the file name. And then update all the doors to the proper ID. And you'll have to do that with the same as that last script. It's going to have to build a dictionary of the original file name. Original ID. And then point it to the new ID. Door name, i.e. door to whatever, doesn't need to be changed, as it's just the ID and specifically prefix. File names are the source of truth. Each JSON file minus the JSON is correct room ID. Script must overwrite to match the file name exactly. The chapter number comes from the file name prefix. First 3 digits of the file name define the chapter. Anywhere the text chapter X appears, replace X with the chapter number derived from the file name. It's purely textual replacement and logic bound that. Doors must be fixed via ID remapping. For changing anything in the script must read all non-metadata JSON files, build a dictionary, old, new ID, file name base. Then for every door, matches an old ID, replace it with the corresponding new ID, exactly like the last script that worked for you. Which does not change. Door structure stays the same. Door ID, e.g., door to whatever, stays untouched. Only door destination is rewritten. Metadata files are ignored entirely. Yes. Next, please. All right. Good. Yeah, I guess I'm looking at this, and now it should still be on. Where's this thing? It should still be on 2 times speed. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So basically, I've seen this method like before. I guess it's kind of a common method, right? Where you have a front and you have a side, and then you basically create planes, or you create shapes, and then and then somehow you extrude them out. I don't know the exact like details of everything, but yeah, and then you match it with the front. That's a cool idea. I mean, that shouldn't be actually be that hard, right? All right. And I suppose afterward you rig it, and I don't know anything about rigging other than I know you place bones where places where things are supposed to pivot and there's supposed to be constraints of how it's supposed to move, and I don't really know the details of a of um of rigging, but a after you got your model done, then you'd rig it, and then you can put it in any pose you want or animate, I guess. I mean, it seems pretty straightforward. It seems like it wouldn't be a hard thing to do. I mean, not that nuance wouldn't be hard or wouldn't take a long time to get everything, you know, if you're not real well versed in the tools, right? Like I wouldn't be because I've only dabbled a little bit in Blender, but I should start doing it. I should actually start have a thing where I start messing around with that. Um, I I wouldn't say I'm intending. Oh, Davey Sprava, I didn't see you there. Sorry about that. Um, no, I haven't done any. I haven't done anything with Gemini, uh, or any local LLM. I'm still just like conversing with ChatGPT or Grok. Basically, are my main go-tos, and still on the free versions. So I haven't really decided anything as far as that goes. This you're seeing on the screen is a tutorial from Grant Abbott or Gabbett if you want to go to his channel sometime. Um, he gave me permission to actually go ahead and show some of this in my stream because all of this tech stuff is pretty boring still. But right now I gotta update um, a bunch of files because I numbered the chapters. I removed a chapter and then renumbered them. So, and these are all the file names that I manually renamed, but then I have to actually go in and yeah, let's go in here. Um, let's go new. Let's go paste, and let's call this file save as. Um, where am I going to save this? Where do I save it here? Let me think. Sometimes I know exactly what I'm doing, and other times I'm just kind of like, what am I doing? Okay, so let's go into rooms, and let's go into old rooms, and we're gonna save that here, and we're gonna um call it something definite like update. I don't know, update room. I'll say update room. These are technically rooms, even though they're right now they're just pages. But update room dot. We'll do it in lowercase. Update room dot py, and we'll just call it update room. I'm fine, thanks. For low poly modeling, I use Crocodile 3D. Did view that last stream when you decided to delete chapter. It happens to me too, not knowing what I do. Yeah. uh, yeah. I just sometimes my brain just like kind of walks away for a second and says, "I need a break here," and and I'm just kind of going, "Huh." Anyways, okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and close this, and I'm in terminal already, and we have this new update room. So Python 3 update room. I should have called it update rooms, but that's all right. We'll just leave it. Update room. Nah, it's here. Let's rename. Let's rename it to update rooms. Update rooms like that. Okay, good. .py, and we'll see this if it works. Okay, let's check everything out. So basically, I had to renumber. These were all. This was chapter 15 here, and then 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. But now, since I dropped the one and 15 became 14, you know, 16 became 15, 17 became 16, 18 became 17, and 19 became 18. So now I'm gonna test and see if the script worked. I keep on rewriting scripts for updating these files, but I never like reuse them, right? Like forget what each of them did. So I'm calling this update doors here, and open that with text editor. Okay, so Totem of Leadership, chapter 14, 14. Okay, chapter 14. Deadly Turn, 14 T1 P0. Okay. P1, P2, P3, 14, 14, 14. That's good. T1, T1, T1. That's fine. Deadly Turn, chapter 14. And all of these look like they're going correctly. All right. Now I do have these backed up. Let's go to 15s though, since all the 14s seem to be 14. Oh, 15 in search of vacate princesses. That's fine because that is the next deal, and that is chapter 14, 15 now. So that's a new chapter 15. Okay, and then John finds a good book, right? And then this is also John finds a good book, and chapter 17, door to chapter 18, and 18 is the last one. Good. So everything looks like it worked fine. And I call it update rooms because technically there are rooms, even though they're done as pages right now because I'm just doing it like a choose your own adventure. So there's no real room right now. Right now it's just a class with the stuff that I need for a single page. Okay. Good, thanks, that worked. Good, thanks, that worked. Just in case I need it again, I'm calling it update doors, update rooms. Bye. But I might not even return to this conversation as I've already started a new one because this is getting sluggish. And that's usually a sign of you losing memory. Not actually losing memory, but like the context window thingy causes you to not act optimally. Going obvious, trustworthy. Okay, yeah, your instinct is right. Once the thread gets long enough, things can start feeling like a wizard trying to remember a spell while juggling flamingos. It comes up with the weird stuff. New conversation equals fresh brain, snappy responses, fear, wait. What chapter are we going to get in moments? Okay. Alright, so now we're going back. Actually, we're not going back here just yet. We're not actually messing with that just now, but we'll be going through those here soon. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Crocodile 3D seems kind of cool because it seems like you can make kind of old school looking graphics and stuff. But even if this is low poly, it carries over later to high poly and stuff. So anything you do in this carries over to everything you do in Blender, or can carry over in everything you do in Blender. So um, with Crocodile, you're not so much learning how to model as you are just using it to make your content Or you could say it'd help you keep your mind on the low poly nature of it, or to think in like old style graphics, like retro graphics. It keeps you in that mode. So I'm not knocking it for not being full 3D or anything like that. I'm just saying that the way the tools are. So anyways, let's go ahead and copy. Go ahead and copy this, and we're going to go ahead and paste it in here. Since I already have a backup for that, we'll see if anything is out of place here. So apply the action, replace, and we are going to go ahead and start it up and see if there's too many weird things going on. There's bound to be one connection that's not in there now because of what I did. So um, we'll see. Okay. So chapter 14, title 2, title 3, 15, 16, 17, 18. Hey, that looks actually looks good here. 13. Okay. 13 is Cherry in the Skies. Okay. Now, what I need to do is I'll probably have to rename a couple of these, I think. We'll see. Actually, I probably have to rename all of them. I actually literally have to rename them. So let me think for a second how I want to do this. This one is C. I don't have to rename the chapter titles, because these are the same chapter titles that they were. It's just that has all the stuff compressed in from chapter 14. So basically, I need to copy the text over, and then I need to update all of their names to reflect their actual function, essentially. So that means that this one is got to be, let's see something. Let me think for a moment how I want to do this. Because I have to update the doors as well. So when I update the ID, I update the doors. Now I can update the ID in here. It's got a facility for doing that, but sometimes when I do it, it kind of messes up, and so then it duplicates files. Okay, so let's do a little test here. Let's go to recent. Actually, I have to open that up separately. Let's go to favorites. It's not in favorites. Interesting. Okay. Uh, let's go to up here. Let's go to here. Let's go to Quicksilver Chronicles Alt. Greetings, Rook. Welcome to the stream. It's fine. Did try Blockbench. Blender, I use it for render or porting other models to Miku Miku Dance. Did you try like doing it on a copy to test it's safe? Um, yeah, actually, I don't know if you're watching here, but here, let's go back to where we at. We're at rooms. We're at rooms here too. Okay, that's all right. In fact, I haven't deleted anything just yet, but why did it do? Why is it like that? There we go. Everything should be down here. Okay. Anyways, yeah, there wasn't any bugs. You could actually kind of see that in the editor. What the? Why is it doing that? Quit doing that. Dang you. There we go. Okay. See, Old Rooms has chapters 14 through 18. All the text here. And I also made a backup, so just in case I needed to. So I can actually delete these because they're copied and they're being used right now. So I can just go ahead and delete those. Delete. Okay. Update rooms. All right. So actually, I don't need this extra deal here. Okay. Okay, so what I need to do here is I'm gonna try. Oh, you meant the bug. What am I thinking? Yeah. It's it's a script bug that I sometimes it works like it's supposed to, and sometimes it doesn't. Because what I have it do is I have it go and create a new file, and then once it creates the new file, the new save file, it's supposed to delete the old save file, and sometimes it doesn't actually do that. And I'm not sure. I can't really exactly reproduce it. I can't remember exactly what caused it to happen, which is something I'll have to work on later. But the only reason I'm not really fixing it now is because I'm working on this layout tool, which here I'll go ahead and just show it to you right here. I haven't messed with this in a couple of months right now because I'm working on the other story part. You can select uh, rooms and you can select multi rooms here, but you can't edit them or anything right now, and you can't save yet. So that will actually be the next thing that I do, and I'll make sure that the save works properly on the actual tool here versus the way the editor works. So we're going to try something here. We're going to try renaming. I don't need that because that's the old version. Fire up the machine. Fire up the machine's probably going to be the same though, I think. Uh, so that's isn't one I need to actually change, believe it or not. So I don't need to change fire up the machine. I probably need to change here. Actually, let's do this. Do that, and then here. Yeah. Um. Okay. So Max arrives. Text activate the machine. I have to actually change that because there's not a lot of stuff in there. It's like 4 sentences, and they all kind of they don't really say much. They actually don't do that much there, but okay. So let's go to the next one, which would be this guy, and let's see what's in it. So let's put this on the side, and then let's go here. Okay, the second one, near the dwarf mines, Roland, half dwarf, half giant, approaches the entrance. An old dwarf Roland knows stumbles out and tells him his dad is trapped in the Gnome Kingdom. Roland searches for the secret entrance into the Gnome Kingdom. So that's the... But the oversized dwarf, that's still fine. Right now I'm just looking at the names because it's just going to change the names and then I'll add in the correct text afterwards. So, and I will eventually add some visual interests. I'll be doing some concept art stuff. I'll be doing some mapping. I'll be doing some coding again. But I need to get this. I need to get this first pass done. This is what I call the event pass. In other words, Roland finds a secret entrance in the Gnome Kingdom. That doesn't read like a book, like you'd read in a story, or anything. So, um, I might make it a little bit more dramatic. He approaches the entrance to the whatever. the mountain, the I don't know, the Rock Mountain or something. I mean, I'll figure something out. I can't think of anything on the spur of the moment. Walks up, uh, you know, scanning the whole mountain, and then uh, staring intently at the gate or something. You know, just then, out of a side door, pops out a dwarf. Um, he stumbles, an old dwarf. He stumbles and almost falls into Roland's arms, and you know, whatever. It'll read like a story, anyways. Okay, so into the Mines of Sadness. I might not need to change these. Well, at least I won't need to change it here on chapter 11. Maybe it's because there's not that much here. So this is the third one, right? Yeah. Um, Kinds of people, creatures were the mines. He spots a giant chained to one of the machines. Canada has walked towards him. Merlin asks the giant if he's his dad. Um, so this might be a good candidate to change it. I can leave it at the Mines of Sadness, or I could meet it into something like a somber reunion or something. I could leave it. Why don't I just leave it? Unless it says something like vastly different um, than what is in the actual chapter. Okay, this is one where I might change it here because this is the one that actually combines some stuff from the other chapters. So, uh, I call this a lot of war. Roland asks the giant if he's his dad. Johnny confirms it. Talked for a bit. Roland is Maxime's team playing a Quicksilver for something big. He tells Roland to find out. He were halfway the wizard and tell him what he found out. Well, we've already done that in the third beat, third page. So what we're going to do then is this is going to be a rename here. So it'll be our first rename. We'll see how that works. Let's stretch this out a little bit. Okay. And it says Roland searches for Hubert by first going to Orthogon Alley and eventually entering Scarborough Fried Chicken. Roland asks around and finds the Count at a table and asks if he knows where Hubert is. The Count asks that they'll go back to the Bats and Belfry where Hubert will show up. The Count turns into a bat and Roland follows him on foot, eventually ending at the motel. Roland then informs everyone, not informs everyone that Max needs massive amounts of Quicksilver, and then follows with all the objections were by Max for his mines. Then review the papers the princess grabbed. Um, should I rename that? I don't necessarily need to rename that one either, because the big point of this here. A lot of ore. Here, why don't I go ahead and ask ChatGPT? Maybe it will tell me, give me an idea, anyways. Okay, it's Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. And I need to see if I should rename this beat/page/room. Here's the original text. Here's the original text. Guess we're gonna leave it like that. A lot of ore. Um, a lot of or is the name of the page, and I'm name of the page, and now here is the new version. And so let's go over to this. Um, is there anything in this new version that says you can't name it a lot of more? Okay, let's see what it says. I'm just doing the real semantic. The scene reveals new information. Thematic summary, a quiet response. What changed in the new version? The aura revelation is now retold, not discovered. No, 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 no. It's not actually retold. I don't think. No, here. Um, while I can agree it's this information is not the whole of what this page is about. I'm not retelling it, and don't think. Let me look at the newer page 3. Okay. And what's this one called? Uh, that's a lot of war. Which one was this one? The Minds of Sadness. This one I called the Minds Sadness. But I guess you're right. It's now retelling the same info. But it's got to be relayed to the rest of the characters. So that's why it's in there. You're right on the substance, and this is the important distinction to make. You're not retelling for the player in a lazy or redundant. You're relaying information diegetically from Roland to the rest of the cast. The valid, necessary, and strictly sounds. Let's be very precise about what's really happening. The key difference. Minds of Sadness. Discovery. Roland will learn something new. This information changes his understanding of the situation. It's neuropage transmission plus synthesis speed. Roland reports what he learned. The information changes the group readiness to act. Same information, different story function. Distinction matters. Nothing in the new page invalidates the title, but the title now describes the payload, not the purpose. Therefore, a lot of orbit. This is where we learn something alarming. I mean, this is where everyone else gets briefed. That's not wrong, but it's weaker. Okay. The amount does not change. The understanding of the situation does. The story shifts from investigation coordination. It's no longer the active lever. Um, I just really want to be the page name. Um, the answer is yes. That's where everyone finds out it's acceptable, sort of, but that's not really the point anymore. You're already leaning toward the second. Bottom line, you're correct. This is necessary. Relay is not sloppy repetition. The scene earns its place, but structurally, a lot of worry now names a fact. The page itself is about alignment and planning. Okay. All right. I mean, I sort of get it. Okay. So I'm gonna the so I'm right. I'm gonna have to create the new name here, and we're gonna try changing the ID first and seeing if that works like it's supposed to. Um, the motel. Roland informs everyone that Max needs a massive amount of Quicksilver and then follows with all the objections whereby Max for his vines. Um, let's see. Okay, so let me think of a name then, a decent name. Um, a puzzle solved. A mystery revealed. Eh. Hmm. A time for action. The new plans. All the pieces of the puzzle. I made most of the titles without using ChatGPT, but now I'm using it. I guess. Um. So what about all the pieces of the puzzle? That's actually a long word, so that'd be a long. For the new name. No new mysteries introduced, no new clues discovered. Instead, existing information is assembled into coherent plans. Exactly what happens here. Report to you learned in the mines. Yeah, story shifts investigating to act. It's coming together. Structural. Okay. One small caution, not a blocker. Title is slightly abstract, which is fine, but it works best if the page immediately precedes action, which it does. Now that you've compressed and realigned chapters, if this page were followed by more wandering or investigation, it would feel premature. Chickens come home to roost. Pieces come together. It's also kind of a long name. I go with something like all the pieces. It might seem too abstract. Let's see. Live stream tomorrow. Uh, could apply half a dozen pages in mystery. Doesn't clearly imply resolution or assembly. Avengers assemble. No. Tighter alternatives. Putting it together. The full picture. Connecting the dots. The full picture. I was thinking of something like that. The full picture actually connecting the dots. The full picture. Okay. Yeah. Actually, I like the full picture. Actually, I'm just gonna use that because that's actually good. So we're gonna attempt to I'm gonna attempt to modify the ID and then I'm gonna save it. So let's call this the full picture. Full picture. Now, before I save it, whoop, wait a second. Oh, oh yeah. Okay, okay. So before I save that, let's go back into rooms and we are going to go to 11, chapter 11. Okay, so a lot of ore here. So 011 underscore T4 underscore P0 dash a lot of ore is going to be changed or it's going to be duplicated. So let's see what happens. Okay, so let's just go ahead and we're going to save. We're going to save room data, like so. And then I'm going to check this out. See, a lot of ore is still in there, and it's not supposed to be in there. See, it's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to, like, it does the right thing. It creates a new one, but it's supposed to delete the old one. Why doesn't it delete the old one? I don't know. I don't remember what causes it not to do that correctly. So it'll be something that I have to fix in the layout tool. Okay, so we're gonna delete. Delete a lot of ore. Delete. And we're going to go ahead and layout tool data. Go down to a lot of ore. A lot of ore, the full picture. Delete. And let's go ahead and reload save scene. Okay, that's all right. Because we got to change the door here. The full picture. Why did it not work? Oh, because I put it some out. Oh, stupid. There we go. And we can actually reload, save scene, and it just changes the color, of course. Um, so the full picture. All right. So now we'll just change this. The full picture. So, and go ahead, Control S. We'll say room data. Oh wait, and then right now all I'm going to do here is again I'm going to do the I'm gonna check and see if I can if I need to change these. A new quest for Roland, and that's not even what it's gonna be about anymore. So all of these I gotta end up changing now. Um, okay. Chapter 12. So the new chapter 12 is gonna be completely different. To free the slaves, tell Sir William they're going to have to head to the castle. Um, Remember, the Empress needs to cast a spell on Sir William, and then Sir William drops some wings. Black Knight notices them flying. Um, yeah, it's still in the Gnome Kingdom, so the whole chapter can be called the Gnome Kingdom. This can actually be called Back into the Mines. Okay, let's just go ahead and add the titles, and then I'll fix them later afterwards. I'll copy them and everything. So back to the mines. That go into Gnome Kingdom. Max's office. Spot the doors. Sneaking in. The final piece of the puzzle, which is not the final piece of the puzzle anymore. Let me think. Let me think of a name for that. Uh, a rude surprise. Okay, we'll call it a rude surprise. A rude surprise. Okay. Probably put John and imminent rescue. Getting ready. Um, Max's mind gets shut down. Um, just in time. Oh, just in time. Just in time. That. And then to free the slaves. Let's see what these are called. Underground and in the air, which I like that one, but it doesn't really no longer reflect that. Actually, underground and in the air. Underground. Let's call this underground and in the air. And in the air. Um, I'll have to change this one first so that I can use the same name. So this will become just in time. And then this is Black Knights and Flying Wizards. Okay. Rude Surprise. Okay, they get that. No, John and the Doors set the slaves free while Roland gets to work freeing his father. Um, the fight for freedom. Let's check something out here. Let's go. Oh yeah, tool data. And let's actually go to rooms copy. Let's go down to what was the originally chapter 14. The attempted rescue, tables turn, crashing through. A sound of thunder. And what do we got? Oh, I see. Okay. Actually, this could be a sound of thunder. John signals the doors to get ready. An explosion. Uh, let's see. Let's see. The nick of time. Okay. I guess we'll call this the nick of time. I don't know. We'll call this freedom. Freedom. Call it freedom. Okay. So now I got to rename all of those to that. I could use my update thing as long as the names are new. I can have it. Do something here. Let's go back to chat, but let's go back to. Okay, thanks. Uh, here. So I have to retitle a few of the pages. So if everything is based off the file name, I can just use this same script to make sure everything works. I should be able to update chapter numbers based on the file name, update the doors. Oh, but it won't actually update the title itself either, will it? Let me see something for a second. Uh, where are you in? We're in the copy. This is the copy, right? Okay, forget the copy right now. Uh, this is just rooms, right? Okay, good. Uh, let's go to old rooms. Update rooms. I mean, I could use update all titles. Um, maybe I should just update all titles. File path. Extension, extract the title part. Update the title field. Right back to the bottom. Okay, so I guess, all right. All right, let's do something else here. Open text editor. Okay, let's. Okay, so this is select all, copy. And I'm gonna have it put it in the update rooms here. Okay, so this is the script we did for updating just titles. Okay. I mean, it's in its memory, but yeah. Could you combine update titles with update rooms? It should probably update the titles after everything else is updated, though, because of some pages that might have the same name, not the same prefix, and thus different IDs. IDs to match the file name, updates all the chapter numbers, updates all the doors to point the correct new IDs, updates the title field to match the file name after the first dash, runs the title update after all other updates to avoid complex duplicate page names. Okay, let's copy that. And let's go to, let's close this, but let's select all, delete. We're gonna actually, sometimes I'll do a select all and then I'll just paste into it, and sometimes it will like not paste anything for some weird reason. Ooh, Twitch has got auto mod. Nice. Uh, oh, just a second. Where is, there we go. Twitch, yep. Deny. Good, very good. Okay, anyways, let me go back to here. Let's go back to here. All right, good. We're gonna save this. What the heck? What's it trying to do? Quit that. Plus. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here then is I'm going to go ahead and now in recents. This one. Okay. Thunder, freedom. Let's actually change this text here a little bit too. There's an explosion. We're gonna see that. There's a sound like a loud crack of thunder. Crack of thunder somewhere in the mines. Okay, that sounded that kind of makes sense. That has nothing to do with the renaming part of it. Okay, but okay, so chapter 12, the Gnome Kingdom. Okay, so let's go into there. We're going to go to we're going to rooms. We're going to go to chapter 12. Where's chapter 12? I only have 15 minutes left this today, so we're going to rename this one to Underground and in the Air. Underground and in the air. Okay. A rude surprise. Rename this to a rude surprise. Rude surprise. A rude sunrise. No. Rename this to a sound of thunder. Okay, and we're going to rename this one to Freedom. I should almost do delivery, but okay, Freedom. Or should I call it the light of day? The light of day. let me do something here. Let's go back to chat real quick. Okay. Let's go back to this one. Here is room 4 in chapter 12. Control V. So at first I wanted to use freedom, but that's too on the nose. So I'm thinking of a possible more obscure-ish title, and that is Light of Day. The Light of Day. Captures a sense of escape and resolution without being literal. It's a box that signals freedom and hope, but just isn't just saying they're free. Breaking through, that would probably work. After the darkness, dawn of escape, a bit more poetic. I think I like the light of day. I mean, I came up with it myself anyway, so if I do say so myself, which I do. So let's just go ahead and we're gonna copy these, copy, and we're not in old rooms, right? So let's go back to old rooms. Let's go ahead and paste, and let's go Python. Let's see, Python 3 update rooms.py. Okay. So let's just go ahead and open this in text editor. Let's see here. Okay. Underground and in the air. Underground and in the air. Yeah, that's okay. We can actually underground and in the air. Okay. 12T2, a rude surprise. That's good. 12T3, a sound of thunder. That's also good. Here, let's do this. 3, sound a rude surprise. I'll have to rename the meta files too. But I mean, that's the way it goes, I guess. Rude surprise. Oh, I didn't need to change that because the description is actually going to be changed when I add the text in. That's right. I keep forgetting. A rude surprise. T3, sound of thunder. Sound of thunder. T4, P0, the light of day. Oh, you know what? Oh, it doesn't mess with the ID. I have to change the ID though. That's kind of annoying, but we'll do it anyways. Here, we'll just copy. Control C, Control V. S. Light of day. I might have it modified again, but I'm not going to do it for just these 4 pages right now. I might do it later, though. Door to the light of day. And door to terror in the skies, which is fine. Right, that's fine. Okay. So let's just go ahead and close this, because I'll have to copy the text in there. But we'll leave this like this. Leave that like that. We'll go over here. Okay, thanks. Using less powerful model. Just find out that that I might as well stay on free, unless there's, like I said, unless there's some usage to really pay for it. I suppose. Now they all say that ChatGPT is slower than the rest of them, but that being said, if I paid for something, that means the context window is bigger. That possibly means that it can be snappier response, at least to what I'm used to, which is for free. So that is a possibility. Hmm. Yeah, the freebie still seems to work fine, I guess. Uh, okay. So what do I do? Okay, these all look fine, right? So let's go ahead and just copy. Let's go back to rooms. Let's paste. Apply this, replace. Let's go in here. Let's go ahead and reload, save scene. Oh, oh, oh. I almost forgot. Almost forgot. Layout tool data. All right. So let's go down to chapter 12. Underground in the air. Okay. Rename. Underground and in the air. Okay. What? Oh. Delete that. Yeah, delete it. Okay. A rude surprise. A rude surprise. Sound of thunder. A sound of thunder. And finally, light of day. Rename. The, oops, the light of day. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. All right. Let's see what gives. See what goes. I don't have this. Although I suppose I'm living like a disabled person. I think Fender was just joking, I hope. Um, shoot. Almost time to go, but that's okay. We're gonna test this out. I'm gonna say scene, reload, save scene. Now these should look the same. Maybe the colors will be different in the lines, but I shouldn't have anything weird, anything broken. I don't believe. Okay, that's all right. The Gnome King. Okay, so right, the Gnome Kingdom. Okay, let's go to the door specs. And it's not called that anymore. Not called a new quest for Roland. That's fine. What did I call it? That underground in there? Yeah. Underground and in the air. So, the room data. Reload, save scene. And Bob's your uncle. Awesome. I also don't have a source of income. However, and yeah, I realize how bad it is. Um, yeah, honestly, don't know what I'll do. I'll figure it out, I suppose. But in the meantime, I was hoping to get enough traction on my game dev that I could mitigate circumstances. I like using the word mitigate a lot, I think. Okay. So that's good. The only thing is we haven't actually added the new text. So I wonder if I should just go ahead and do that, just so that tomorrow I can start clean with actually adding the decision points. I mean, I probably should. Control C. Actually, this is the same, so I don't need to change this, right? Paste. Yeah. Okay. Then we're gonna go here. We're gonna open this up. We're gonna go and search for the secret entrance into the Gnome Kingdom. Copy. Paste. The next one. Open that up. Control C. The Mines of Sadness. Remember the swamps of sadness, or the swamp of sadness, the swamps of sadness. You know where Artax dies from sinking into the mud. The most single saddest thing you'll ever watch as a kid in a movie is Artax just giving up and sinking below the mud. Copy. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and type that in there. The full picture. Like that. Actually, I might. Okay. The full picture. That. I might update the other ones to look like that too. So, okay. So now let's go down here. Actually, I'll copy this, including the titles. Control C, and Control V. Oh, I see. I already put it up in there, huh? Did I? Okay. Oh, that's right. That's when I modified that one instead of just doing it here. Okay, so a rude surprise. Copy. Final piece of the puzzle. Final piece of the puzzle is not going to be any more. Paste. Okay, okay. Let's go to this. We're going to open that. And that was the new underground in the air. But this is called A Sound of Thunder. Yeah, whenever I think of it, I'll change the title into capital letters on purpose. But it kind of doesn't matter right at this point, at this moment. And this is the only one that's not going to be freedom. It's called the Light of Day. The Light of Day. Paste. Put the Light of Day. That. I think I'll leave it like that. I don't care. I'll modify them later. This is just a description. It's just like showing like a subtitle in a book or something. Okay, so now that we got that, let's say room data. Okay, we'll clear that out. And everything is good, I think. That's the metadata. All right, so we've effectively got rid of a chapter and compressed it. So now I have 18 chapters, and I'm going to get 2 of them done, and that will leave if I get them done this week, right? 11 and 12, right? Then we have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Then we have 6 left. Of course, this is the first week in March, so we're still just on the same track. In other words, this is 11 and 12, this one's 13 and 14, this one's 15 and 16, this one's 17 and 18. And then, of course, the last one is just a 3-day week in March. It's not really a week there. Which means I will have the event pass completely done. Hopefully. Actually, I would like it to do it sooner. I would like to get it done sooner. So, if I can do that, I'm gonna do it. We'll see if I can. I suspect that I will only get these 2 chapters done this week, though, because I only have 3 days left now. So, okay, so let's do my little recording here at the end. And let's say today's Tuesday, March the 3rd, 2026. And today I completely, I completely removed chapter 14, renumbered, renamed everything, renamed the, each of the story beats in chapter 12. And chapter 11, I renamed it, and I copied all of the text in there. So now it reflects the new text. So tomorrow, I get to start on adding decision points. That's all I did today. And I guess I want to thank everybody for listening / watching or whatever. Whenever you were in here, whenever you pop in and pop out, that's cool. And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching part 2.